It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Tempo, tempo. Here I come again. 14.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
14. Tempo. 14. Gotta go.
Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danico Autry in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Dancing away at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the 2nd straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers deserves some respect, but Matt Nagy of the Bears, he ends up winning the award. They went 12-4 in his rookie season.
And then last one we need to mention, Chris Long of the Eagles, well-deserved Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Congrats to all.
Yeah, how about that? Donated his first 4 game checks to fund a literacy program that donated free books and mentoring services for families. And remember, last season, he donated every game check to causes that he felt strongly about.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jabal Sheard in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Well, Charles, we've talked a lot about Andrew Luck and his turnaround this year, but just looking at the Colts collectively going from 1-5 to the playoffs, even though they lost to KC, what a remarkable season.
Yeah, as soon as the pain goes away, people will remember what they accomplished. Frank Reich takes the job as the head coach after they'd selected Josh McDaniels, and he went back to New England, so he wasn't even their first choice. Had to get Andrew Luck's shoulder back in shape. Had to rebuild a defense. And what they got done from a 1-5 start to getting to the playoffs, absolutely remarkable.
And the offensive line turnaround from 32nd, dead last in the league in sacks allowed a year ago, to 1st in the league, only allowing 18. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, good luck trying to pass rush against all-pro rookie Quentin Nelson. He'll maul you.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. This is Wilkins. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Let's go. That is right. Everyone's got 4 down.
Just beating the play clock is Love. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis couldn't add a whole lot. Rashad Penny, who was a rookie, he didn't add a whole lot in that one as well. Sometimes you have to let Russell Wilson be the guy and let him throw it around. They'll continue to work on that in the offseason and fortify him with a few more weapons on the perimeter, I believe.
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Set 50.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Penny, a first down carry, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin, 45 yards. On first down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
14, got it. Cut. Push the team. Hey, hey. Ready for one word. You ready for one word?
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense.
Regular. 11. T right.
On 2nd down, here's Love. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
53.
On 1st down, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Colts are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England. Steven Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever.
14.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Wilson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Don't take forever, okay?
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, over here. 14. Hey. Reload. 14. Gun.
Wilson throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Go, 14. Gotta go. Find it. 53, check 53.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Tempo, baby, let's go. It's gonna work. Come on. Go, 14.
To throw again is Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, IB Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pauvin. Way to go.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
To right. To right.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, check out. 16. 11.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third and long, it's locked. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now it's Lockett. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Run left. Right, 380. Empty. Gun.
2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. He hits Baldwin right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
19.
Wilson now. Going to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
14, run it. Hey. Well.
Wilson will throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Colts getting ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey. Check out.
first play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Locke. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let it roll, let it roll.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let it roll, let it roll. Middle.
Staying on the ground with Matt. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Rolling, rolling. Everyone's got 4 down. Check out.
A shotgun snap for Locke. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
4 down. Go. 290. Mike by 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Luck. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll run with Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts add on to their lead. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run with Wilkins. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down. That's Wilkins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot for Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as